there's nothing in this cup. What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It is your girl Naja, and I am back with another video, and I am taking these glasses off because they're distracting. Okay, so yes, I'm coming at you guys with this sloppy, once used to be neat top bun today in a fresh face because, girl or boy, I just got off of work. I really didn't feel like getting all jazzed up, but I did want to give you guys a video. And I know my head looks like an apricot. What did apricots even look like? Let's go back to the acorn comparison. Today is going to be the first ever segment of Tribe Tea, and I introduced this on, I want to say like 2 videos ago or whatever, and ever since I did, I just got like a mass amount of messages, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hop right into it. Oh, and by the way, the giveaway, the 50K giveaway is going to be announced next week. So keep on the lookout for that. And I do want you guys to know, like, even if you are a boy and you enter this, you will get nice things that will, you know, not be, too girly, if that makes any sense. Like, I will make sure that it fits male needs as well. I won't give you a skirt unless you want a skirt. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all, even I have like my kitchen is all out, like, bitch. So this girl did put her real name, but she said that all the names are going to be fake. But she said that she watched my ex-roommate slash best friend video and it made her think because she had a similar situation. She said her story isn't as crazy, but she wants to know what we think of it. So Tribe, get your tea or your wine glass. If it were me, I'd be getting a wine glass if I were y'all. Oh my god, I look so crazy on this webcam, dude. I mean, not webcam. I'm not even thinking straight. I'm about to put these glasses back on because at least I looked a little bit more presentable. Like, I look like a turtle. Okay, so it started in January of this year. I moved into my apartment in College Station, Texas, and got 2 roommates I didn't know. Girl, that is the best way to go. I was a sophomore in college and it was my first semester at this school I transferred to. My 2 roommates were Stella and Zoe. Stella was never really home and moved out a couple months later to go back home. So it was just me and Zoe, and we got really close, like we'd been friends for years. We both had anxiety and went to school full time and liked to go out, so we did pretty much everything together. When I look back at our friendship now, I realize that she was never a great friend though. I'll explain later. Through everything, I've been together with my boyfriend Aries, but he went to school. Oh, I've been together with, sorry, I'm f***ing up. First Tribe Tea, f***ing up. He went to a school 5 hours away from me and just moved to College Station this semester, so we'd been long distance for 2 years. Whenever me and Zoe would go out, she would encourage me to go with someone else or break up with my boyfriend, and I never really took it seriously until the end of my semester when I broke up with my boyfriend because I really believed it was a good idea because of Zoe. Let me guess, Zoe wanted your man. Zoe wanted your man. Let me guess. Let me guess. Like, Now, I don't blame her because it was my decision, but there was no reason for Zoe to want me to break up with him because he treats me right. That's the reason she wants you to break up. He wants him to treat her right. Like, what's so hard? What's so hard to I don't know. I guess in the moment, you know, I feel you. In the moment, things seem different. While I was home during the summer, I told Zoe that she could let someone stay in my room if they paid. And I came back to visit towards the end of the summer and our apartment was dirty. And my restroom had weave all over the sink and floor. Oh, no ma'am. And my toilet paper was gone and my shower products. Bruh. Someone's getting these hands, boy. And then I found out that Zoe let a mutual friend, Katie, stay, and she never paid to use my room, but she was feeding and smoking out Zoe to stay in the room. But what does that have to do with your half? That sounds like that's, Zoe, So I got nothing for letting her stay in my room and leaving it a mess. So I told Katie, look, when I come back after summer, the apartment needs to be as clean as I left it or there's gonna be a problem. So I went back home for the summer and came back and the apartment was pretty clean, so I let it go. I'm the same way, girl. Like, I'm very confrontational, but then like, And when I'm being confrontational, I'm like, yeah, you better do X, Y, and Z. You better do X, Y, and Z. And then I come back and just to see that they only did X, Y. But instead of being mad that Z wasn't done, I'm like, well, shit, at least X and Y are done because X, Y, and Z wasn't done before. So, you know, let me just chill out. Like, I feel you. I do the same shit. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. I do the same shit. Then Zoe started acting really weird and never wanted to leave the apartment or even her room. And when I came back, well, I thought, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or offend anybody, but I thought you said she had anxiety. Maybe she just felt anxious and didn't want to leave her room. Like, I don't know. That wouldn't have been weird to me. If she would have told me that she had anxiety and she didn't want to leave her room, like, maybe she just feels really anxious and she doesn't feel comfortable leaving. When I came back, I brought Aries because he moved into a different apartment but in the same complex as us. So the beginning of the fall semester was fine. We would all chill, stay inside, and smoke. Then out of nowhere, Zoe started talking about how she wants to move to Cali and drop out of school, start her own business, which was fine. I told her she should go for her dreams, and it became too much. She started recruiting models for her business and literally giving people hundreds of dollars just because they said they would work for her. That is not how that works, boo. That is not how that works. You do not bribe people to come and work for you. Like, you tell them, hey, I have a company business idea, come work for me, I'll pay you hourly. Like, especially starting off small, like, no. Then she took all of the food I bought in the freezer, fridge, and pantry and would mix all the food together and cook it, and she said she was gonna sell those for thousands of dollars. She about to sell food for thousands of dollars? What happened to her business? What happened to, okay. So I called her mom and told her to come to College Station because things were getting out of hand. And when her mom came, she got admitted to a mental hospital and got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. See, shit like that scares me. Shit like that scares me. And then that just goes back to the fact where when she said that she had anxiety, I bet you that was a self-diagnosis. Because shit like that happens a lot with people our age, like 16, 17, all the way to like maybe 23. Like, we think we know ourselves so well, but we really don't. And so we try to self-diagnose ourselves based off of Google, when in reality, if every time we did that, we'd probably think we'd have cancer. So that's why it's so important to actually go to your doctor when you think you have a mental disorder. Go to get professional help so that you can figure out exactly what is going on with you so that you can cope. Because this girl thought she had anxiety, and it turns out has bipolar disorder. And that makes me nervous also, because nigga, you not about to put me in no home. You not, no ma'am, like, no. She was in the hospital for a week, and every day she was there, I went to visit her because I cared about her and I was really worried. So when she got out, I figured things wouldn't go all the way back to normal, but that hopefully things would be better than they were. At first, everything was fine, and then a couple of days after she got out of the hospital, I broke my leg, so I had to stay at my boyfriend's apartment because I couldn't get up and down the stairs to my apartment, which was on the 2nd floor. So while Zoe was going through what doctors call a manic episode, I told my mom because I was worried about her, and my mom decided that she didn't want me living with her anymore because she caused a lot of damage to the apartment. Okay, so I don't know, I don't know the whole story yet, but I kind of like sympathize with Zoe because, like, I've been that roommate before. Like, I've definitely been that roommate, especially in my first apartment, because now, me and Daniel were even talking about this the other night, like, now I am way more stable than I used to be. Like, in my first apartment, I don't remember what ticked me off, but I just got manic as shit. I was throwing fucking chairs, I flipped the couch, I was breaking glass, I broke a mirror, I tried to fucking flip the table, but I was only like 120 pounds at the time with little stick arms, so I couldn't do it. But, like, yeah, that shit can be really bad, and then it sucks because right when you get out of that state and you reflect, you just feel so shitty because it's like, why the fuck was I so childish? Like, why did I feel the need to do that? And then what also made me like literally all you need to master, if you do have manic episodes, this is just what I do. You need to master, and this is gonna sound so like kindergarten, but you need to master thinking before doing. and then thinking about the reaction you're gonna do and if that's fucking reasonable or just like, you know, like. And another thing, like you said, how that scared you and how that worried your mom, that's another thing I had to think about. Like, me doing this, it's making other people not feel safe. Like, it's not cool. Like, you don't want people to feel uneasy in their own home. So I feel for her, and I also feel for you, but I feel for her on more of like a deeper level because I used to be that crazy bitch. Like, so... yeah, okay, back to the story, enough about me. The day that I had to move was the day after I broke my leg. So my mom and Aries and his roommates helped move all my stuff to my new apartment, and Zoe was in the apartment while my mom was moving all my stuff out. Then after they were done, my mom came to talk to me and told me that Zoe had straight up called her a bitch. A bitch. And I was so pissed, but I wanted to believe it was her mental problems, so I honestly just didn't talk to her for a while. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Like, that's another one of my pet peeves. Do not blame character on a mental disorder. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Zoe. Like, you can't just be running around here calling people a bitch and being like, oh, you bitch. And then when somebody be like, what did you just say? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm bipolar. Do you think that's gonna change how that person feels that you called them a bitch? So don't even do that. Like, don't even try to do pity on somebody because we got a few screws loose. Like, don't be pitying us, bruh. No. 2 days later, I woke up to this long text from Zoe, and she said that I have her stuff, and if I didn't give it back, she would call the police on me and have me arrested for being in possession of her stuff. And I'm not gonna say I'm an angel because I texted her some mean stuff, and our text just went back and forth like that for a little because I was pissed. Then I called her mom and asked if she could put her up to it because Zoe told me that her mom was getting on her about getting her stuff back from me, and her mom said she had no idea about the whole situation. Wow. Petty. So at this point I'm just like, okay, Zoe is straight lying to me. And then her mom proceeded to tell me I should give Zoe her stuff back, and I told her that Zoe cursed my mom out, and then she said Zoe had never had an adult talk to her with disrespect, but the bitch cursed out my mom. Like, sorry, but if you know me, there is no reason to disrespect my mom, especially if she talks to you like a child, because that's what my mom saw her as. Then I told her I've had adults talk to me all kind of ways, but that doesn't mean you should disrespectfully, okay, I'm sorry. You should not be disrespectful if you're friends with their kids, and her mom didn't really say anything after that. And that's very true, because if you guys did see my ex-roommate story time, when my ex-roommate's parental figure did come in the house to get her shit, I just minded my business because I don't have a beef with them. That it's not their fault that their I don't even want to say child because it's not their biological child. Their child is a piece of shit. Like, it's not their fault. Like, I don't got no beef with you. It's the other one. You get what I'm saying? So I feel where you're coming from. Like, that didn't give her a right to be disrespectful because at the end of the day, that's somebody's mama. Like, what you doing? I was so mad at Zoe that if I talked to her in person, I'd have to fight her. Now, while all this shit is happening, my car had also gotten towed, and I had to deal with that, and Zoe and my leg being broken. So honestly, I didn't even want to deal with Zoe anymore. After she sent me those texts and I called her mom, Aries took me to get my truck from the towing place, and when we got back there, where there were cops in front of Aries' apartment and no one else. So I went to the cop, and he basically said that told Zoe they couldn't do anything because it's not like I stole her stuff. Then me and Aries went to his apartment, and her little brother pepper sprayed Aries' apartment door.
Really, nigga?
What is that gonna do? Like, if you touch pepper spray, will your fucking hand disintegrate? Where was the logic there? And he was 15, and to this day, none of her family have apologized for anything. Okay, then I decided if Zoe wants to try to scare me with the cops, mind you, Aries sells weed, so we have quite a bit of weed in the apartment. Damn, yeah. Then I'm gonna do the same thing. So I texted her and said I talked to the cops, and they said if she comes back to my door or Aries' apartment, I can call the cops on her for criminal trespassing. And then, word for word, she texted me, my family has money, the law doesn't affect us. Bitch. Now, an earlier text she sent me, she told me that our friendship is over. So after she sent me that last text, I told her I don't want to be friends with someone who is an entitled asshole, and blocked her on everything. And she knows that I come from a single parent home and that I don't have a lot of money. So after everything went down, I still wanted to believe that Zoe's mental illness and not really her talking. Oh my god, y'all, I cannot stress this to y'all enough. Like, mental illness is, you can't treat mental illness like gremlins, okay? Like, you can't be like,
oh, well, you know, she's a cute little fuzzy thing at night, but she just had some water dripped on her and she ate after midnight, so that's why she's doing that. So it's not the real her. Like, she's just a gremlin right now.
No, like, but then, like, the only friend I still talked to from last semester, Coco, told me that Zoe was talking about me to her. Okay, red flag, red flag. And this is for everybody. If you have a friend that can tell you that another friend was talking about you to them, that ain't cool. That ain't cool, because you will never, like, literally, the conversation should have went,
so-and-so was trying to talk to me about you, but I nipped it in the ass.
That should have been, you know, don't ever be like, oh, so-and-so talked to me about you, because you know what that shows me? That shows me that there was a conversation of feedback, you know? I don't know. I don't know if y'all are still cool, but that's just a little, you know, I don't know, shady. I don't know. And Coco said that Zoe told her I was never there for her when she was going through everything, and that Aries was the only person there for her, when the only person he went to visit her in the hospital was because I told him to. Then Zoe told Coco that I cheated on Aries last semester when I didn't, and she encouraged me to go with someone else and break up with Aries. And the last thing Zoe told Coco that pissed me off was she told her my mental status. Before this, I had never told anyone anything that Zoe told me in confidence, and she thinks it's okay to tell everyone my personal business. After that, I decided I don't want to even try to be friends with her again, because there's no way her mental issues keep her from apologizing to the wrong thing she did, even if she doesn't remember. They said sometimes in manic episodes, people don't remember everything. I remember everything. That's just me though. I can't speak for anybody else, but I definitely remember everything, and I feel so shitty when it's over. But if multiple people tell you what you did, you would think the right thing to do would be to apologize. That's pretty much the end of my story, but there are other side stories with her if you want to know, but I just want to know what you think. If you guys think I should try to talk to her or whatever. Do you guys think, that was the tribe T, that was her T. Do you guys think that she should be friends with Zoe? Did you hear my phone just fall on the floor? Like, really? But yeah, that's an open-ended question. This is not a Ask a Voodoo Child, so I'm not gonna give my advice. This is just some tribe T. I made some commentary in between or whatever, so you guys can kind of feel out where I feel about this. But leave your comments in the description below. Do you think that she should be friends with Zoe? Okay? Zoe, the gremlin. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And submit your Tribe T stories to the email below. The same one that you send the Ask a Voodoo Child segments to, but just title it Tribe T. Alright, peace.